This guy that just went in the 2016 MLB draft. Uh, I love the part of the show when we uncover somebody that you and I are very familiar with, but maybe is not mainstream yet, and we are uncovering and introducing to other people. Talking about Jason Groome now, who was the 12th overall pick by the Boston Red Sox. The only reason this kid slid to number 12 was because of character concerns. But nobody, and I mean nobody, doubts his arm. He's a lefty. He's a monster. He's only 18 years old. He just turned 18 in August. He's already
19.
6'5". No, he just turned 18 in August, didn't he?
I think he's 19.
Oh, I'll have to go back and double check that. But 18 or 19, he's already 6'5", 200 pounds. He already throws triple digits. He's got a lot of moxie, a lot of confidence, which is some of the concern for the off-field stuff. It's more about his maturation process being a little behind, but his skills definitely are not. And, if it comes down to saying, hey, here, again, the same thing with Alex Reyes. People kind of were sour on him because as an 18 or 19-year-old, he was doing what most 18 and 19-year-old kids do. If that's the issue with Groome, I'm overlooking it because this is somebody that's going to grow up very quickly, and in another year or two, people are going to be looking at going, oh, that was nothing. He was 18. He was 19. He was being a kid. That's it. I don't think the character concerns are anything to really be worried about. And as I mentioned, the stuff with the arm is insane. There's really not much to go off of right now other than his high school production and kind of what we talked about with Hader, his projectability. But everything about this kid projects future ace, top of the line starter, top 15 pitcher, if not even higher. So he's in Boston. I know Ralph, is fully on board with him. Give me some more stuff that I've failed to mention to this point.
You were right. He's 18. I was wrong. I thought he was 19. He's 18. But anyway, so I think the thing with Groome is if you looked at a lot of these early top, mock drafts or best high school players in the draft, or just best players in the draft a year ago, Groome was almost universally number one. It was him. There were a lot of people that wanted to buy into Puck, but people really thought Groome was better. It was just a matter of whether someone was going to go with a college arm versus a high school arm. He brings a decent amount of polish. He's a lefty. He had some issues last year with his high school eligibility. He had gone down to the IMG Academy in Florida for a year and then decided to come back up. I don't know if there were some issues there. There's been some rumors that there were. I won't speculate on that at this time because you don't know anything for certain. But there might have been some issues down at IMG on a personal level. He came back up to Barnegat High School in New Jersey, where he was from, and he pitched a few games, was dominant, and of course somebody reported it, tried to find a rule, and I guess there was some rule with the NJIAA, the Athletic Association down in New Jersey, and they figured, I guess there was something of you can't go to another school, but I guess the rule wasn't necessarily right because his parents didn't move. They stayed in the same place. And so more or less he lost half a year of eligibility, wasn't able to pitch for his hometown school. But, there were some signability concerns in addition to the character concerns. It's one of the reasons he dropped the 12. He did score in his Vanderbilt commitment and commit to a community college, I believe in Florida, which looked like he could be potentially going there for a year and then re-entering the draft in 2017. He obviously didn't do that. In terms of what he brings, he's a huge lefty, 6'6", 220, brings a nasty breaking ball. It was probably one of the best curveballs in the draft. That's arguable with, Joey Wentz and some other guys that had big curveballs in this draft. High 90s heater, and just, makes overall he's got, pitchability and pitching ability, clean, repeatable mechanics, which means he's going to throw a lot of strikes because he has good mechanics. There's nothing there to say that Groome isn't a potential front of the rotation sort of prospect. I really think the sky's the limit with this guy. And it wouldn't surprise me if he got an early assignment to Class A Greenville in the Sally League with the Red Sox. And it should be interesting to see what he does. He's very advanced for an 18-year-old. And, he's probably a guy, if you're in these dynasty leagues like I am, where you do first-year player drafts for incoming signees or draftees. He's a guy that's going easily in the top 10, typically in the first, 5 to 7 picks.
I just got him 8th overall in the Raz Ball 30, which Ralph is the commissioner of.
That's right.
And I couldn't have been more pleased that he fell to me there. As I mentioned, this guy's a monster. He's a beast. There's nothing really to dislike about him other than the character concerns, which, as Ralph mentioned, he was arguably the number one talent in this draft and slid all the way to 12 just because of some of those makeup issues. But we're talking about an 18-year-old. So who at 18 had, who had all this stuff together at 18? None of us did. Doogie Howser didn't even have all this stuff together at 18. So that just kind of goes to show you. Buy into Jason Groome, believe in Jason Groome, get him everywhere you can. He's going to be somebody that everybody's talking about this time next year, and now's the opportunity to get him.